So many of you guys are asking, what is Need for Speed Mobile and is it any good? Well, I'm here to tell you that with Need for Speed Mobile releasing on Android and iOS has been available for 2 years, and it was created by Tencent and EA. So in this video, we're going to actually be going through, just skimming through a bunch of the particular options in this beautiful mobile game, and seeing if it's really worth playing as a free-to-play player or as somebody who's just a particular casual. There's so much different ways to play these particular mobile games. I actually really think that after watching this video, for those who haven't really played, you'll be able to probably pick it up, whether it be on Android or at least emulation, considering that's what I play on. But without further ado, let's get started. Map in Need for Speed Mobile is actually really huge. As you can really tell, you can actually do pretty much everything in terms of the star events, regular racing events, jumps, collect the rewards. It's almost identical to Need for Speed and Need for Speed Unbound. But I will later discuss the entire map and what to do as a free-to-play player. But I also wanted to be able to keep in mind that there's a night mode in this game as well too, which is identical to daytime, and it actually provides a little bit of different events such as drifting, deliveries, and the rewards are actually vastly different compared to what it is in daytime. But a shorter map compared to the daytime map. Of course, it's one of those discovery things where you have to unlock everything and so forth. And for each time that you actually complete the bosses, you actually get rewards, which I also recommend that you actually save. So for each of the bosses that you beat, you actually get these particular rewards, such as the tickets to be able to unlock various cars, which I recommend to save the crystals and the currency, as well as the other currency system that actually involves the separate rewards that you would get when it comes down to the multiplayer races, just the daily activities and signings and so forth, as well as the vehicles as well too. You know, you always have to keep in mind that every time that you unlock a vehicle, or every time you obtain one throughout the draws, you actually get these particular cars, and with activities as well too. You also have multiplayer, which is unranked and ranked. You could either perform it at solo or as a team. Rank actually gives you extra rewards, such as stuff that actually goes towards your overall ranking. You actually, the higher that you go, the more that you could choose the playlist, kind of like in Need for Speed Unbound. You can also play pursuits as well too, which actually add extra points as well. You don't always have to actually play multiplayer as well too. You can actually play the separate events that actually give you more points too, such as the time trial, which actually allows you to perform the best times with your vehicles. And then you have this particular mode that is almost like a customary mode, where you actually play with, you know, whatever cars are given to you. There's also actually in this game a map editor as well too, to where you can actually try out people's tracks, perform better times by yourself or in an open lobby, and get rewards as well too. And then on top of that, the customization, where you can make your character look as bougie as possible. But you could either choose between outfits that you would earn in the game, or you can actually customize it between the hairstyles that you unlock, the clothing, the shoes, and so forth. I also wanted to actually keep in mind that there is actually a newer thing in the game. There's something called flight mode, that when you actually switch between your vehicle, you actually get to jump out of your car, kind of like Batman or just some relatively different character. I don't know. When I played this the first time and I saw this, I actually felt like Tony Stark, which ironically enough is kind of how I felt with this flight simulation. You also actually get to fish in this game, which I thought was pretty odd to me. I mean, I never really knew that Need for Speed games actually have fishing, but it's actually quite unique, because the more time that you actually spend fishing, you actually get a lot more rewards than possible with this. It's a very unique mode. When you get a successful catch, the more pounds that it is, the better rewards will be. and there's actually what would be built up as a collection. The better the rarity of the fish, the better it would be for you, as well as every time that you earn XP, you actually get to customize your rod, as well as that you would have your fishing boat as well too, just in case if you didn't have time to actually fish and whatnot. You can actually go and set it on its own expedition for the time being. And the more levels that you unlock, the more that you actually be able to obtain different levels to where the rarity is higher. As well as if you keep fishing, you'll actually be able to build up the collection. The better the pounds, the better it would be for the EXP as well too. You also actually have your own garage in this particular game as well too, which is actually really unique, where you customize your vehicles for EXP. There's really insane rewards. You actually get to choose which particular vehicle, what style that it should actually be, and no matter what the style would be, you can actually get EXP and rewards, as well as the more that you level up, the more that you can actually recruit some more people to work on the cars for you. It's almost like you're building your own crew. That's not all actually. You have also as well too your space, which also involves EXP boosts or particular boosts when it comes to the timing of the vehicles. So you have the upstairs and then you have the downstairs, which you will later unlock in the game the further you increase those particular levels. I will also want you guys to keep in mind that each time that you guys unlock these vehicles, which is what you see here, you actually have to customize them individually. It's kind of self-explanatory, but later in that list, you actually got to perform what is known as your tree. So your tree actually helps you exponentially throughout unranked, rank, or just any particular boat. And you kind of want to keep in mind of pretty much doing that. And ironically enough, there's actually a Tokyo Extreme Racer mode known as TCH2, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's an event or something like that. But it literally plays like Tokyo Extreme Racer. There's a lot of particular different things that you could do in the game that's identical to this Tokyo Extreme Racer, this Wagon Midnight ordeal. So you actually, the more that you earn money, you actually have a marketplace to where you could be able to buy vehicles, which is basic within the list. The more that you move forward, I guess you unlock vehicles. And then it also has the performance parts as well too, which actually is very important. They're very expensive parts, but that's not all either. They also actually have I think it's an auction system as well too in the game, whereas you can actually be able to place bets on these particular auctions as far as the cars and the parts, which actually make it extremely unique. You also have to keep in mind that the more that you progress through this, it's almost like Tokyo Extreme Racer, where the more that you level up, the more that you actually are able to move to different areas with higher performing vehicles and so forth. As well as there being a particular system that every time that you level up, you get cash and the parts to be able to upgrade your cars, similar to the sheet that I showed you before with the cars in the other portion of the video. But every time that you beat the normal team members and the leaders, you actually get better performance parts in that particular way. But it's actually really unique to see this be added within the game. I mean, come on, it's Tokyo Extreme Racer. You kind of have to, if you've played the games, you obviously would know. I mean, look, you can battle people the same. You actually get rewards after you beat them, which after you beat these particular individuals on the highway, there's this icon that shows up like a marketplace where you either choose to keep the items, and if you didn't want to keep the items, you can actually withdraw it or clear it out, and then by the time that you're done, you actually get these particular rewards, which is pretty dope. I feel so dumb that I didn't tell you guys that there were actual bikes in the game, but no worries about that. The bikes actually perform very well in unranked, rank, or whatever mode you want to play. It's easy to drive actually. I actually really enjoy the bikes. If you guys actually upgrade your garage to 30, you actually unlock a second bike, which is the fastest in the game, but you know, that's just pretty much about it. But that's it for this end of this video. I hope that this was informative to you, and for those who haven't played Need for Speed Mobile yet, if you're interested on playing it, just be sure to message me in the Discord, and I could be help you set up a WeChat account or whatever. Game's pretty fun. I give it a 9 out of 10. There are microtransactions in this game, unfortunately, since it is a mobile game. But you know, you could be a free-to-play player and enjoy it as well too. But anyways, this is Synergy signing out, and peace out. I almost forgot to say that thank you guys so much for tuning into my videos, and you know, before I forget, you know, it would really mean a lot to me if you guys actually view my playlist for GT Racing and Gear Club 2. I actually really do love creating content. You know, there's nothing more that satisfies me than to actually see that there are newer people subscribing to the channel and showing their love. Uh, Whether it be to the games that I actually upload or just any other games in particular, you know, I really do have a great feeling of doing my content. You know, if I really didn't feel like doing it, I would never release it. You know, I always had that feeling in my heart that if you don't really love what you do or love the content that you provide, then I don't think you should ever release it, because it just doesn't make sense. There's no love and no passion behind it. But it would really mean a lot to me, you know, if you guys can view those playlists, like, because, you know, those things are free, and, you know, it would really mean a lot to me in supporting the channel. But, you know, again, much thanks to you guys. I hope that you guys actually have been enjoying the content. This is Synergy again, signing off, and peace out.